back into another video, and today, Falcon and Winter Soldier, episode 4, we're halfway through the season. Look, I know people haven't been sold on the show so far. I have. I've loved every episode so far, but I feel like we're finally getting into the thick of it with this episode. As you can see, not in the regular area. Bigger announcement coming soon, but I'm a little tired, so I'm trying to get all my thoughts out right now. But we are going to get in all the spoilers. This is a spoiler review, so if you've not seen it, go watch it before we talk about this, because a lot happened. A lot of storylines are coming to a head. We're really getting into the thick of it. There's only 2 episodes left, so I'm glad that this episode happened the way it did, because I think the concern for a lot of people was, we need to get moving. We need the stories to get going, because there's not a lot of time. And I think that's actually kind of nice, because in WandaVision, it was kind of, I don't want to say the opposite. It was kind of the same, actually. But I think Falcon and Winter Soldier did it better because it's quicker. WandaVision, like I've already talked about multiple times, meandered a lot. The pacing was not really good. And I just feel like this is better, and I think that this show knows how to do cliffhangers well. This show knows how to leave an audience well, whereas WandaVision, you guys already know. I've already talked about WandaVision enough. You already know my critiques with that show, but we're going to get into it today. Title of the episode is The Whole World is Watching, and with that ending, yeah, the whole world is watching. So we're going to get into it. So we start off the episode, Winter Soldier, flashback with the Winter Soldier in Wakanda with Ao, I believe is how you pronounce her name, from the Dora Milaje. Very emotional moment with Bucky. I really like this moment because, and this was something I talked about, I think, in the premiere review, I think, where we're getting a lot of Bucky's backstory and seeing more of the personal ramifications of him being the Winter Soldier. And I really dig that, because we've always seen Bucky as the side character to Captain America, to, just the sidekick. And we haven't really gotten a lot of personal time or moments with him. And these moments that we're getting in this episode, this show, especially this moment in the beginning of the episode, are very impactful, because we see that, Bucky didn't want to do what he did. He was manipulated, controlled, did it against his will. He didn't want that. And seeing, just the relief on his face when the words that used to trigger him didn't trigger him anymore, that was a great moment, and I think Sebastian Stan really, really killed that. Then we get into the regular episode. They're trying to find Carly after she blew up the building at the end of last episode, the something repatriation something building, and Mr. Not Cap shows up. I'm going to call him Not Cap the entire episode. John Walker shows up. And look, y'all can hate the character, but I think Wyatt Russell is killing it. I think his performance as this person is hateable, is not likable, and that's what it's supposed to be. So I saw that, I guess he deleted his social media because he was being harassed and stuff. Guys, come on. You can hate the character, don't hate the person. The person actually doing really well. This is actually a really, really good performance from him. So he shows up, makes a whole fuss, is all pissed that Zemo's broken out, and he's just his Not Cap self, and that's whatever. But we see Zemo, kind of doing his little manipulation. You can kind of tell that he's not fully with the team. But he finds where the funeral for this lady that we were talking about, I think in the last episode, we find out where this funeral is. So the whole team goes. Sam wants to go talk to Carly alone, reason with Carly, and that's actually a really nice moment, because we see Sam is kind of getting his Captain America moments, where he is reasoning with people. He's trying to do everything he can to not push people by force, trying to reason, trying to talk with people. And this episode's really nice, because my big critique in the last episode was that I don't care about the Flag Smashers. I don't feel for the Flag Smashers. I don't understand their motivation. In this episode, we get a little more of that. We start to see Carly, as more of a three-dimensional character, not just as a faceless villain, through some of these conversations. So I really like that. I really like what they did with that in this episode. And then Not Cap runs in while they're in the middle of a great conversation, and his stubborn little self runs in, creates a big fuss, and a fight occurs. And in the middle of that fight, and also a thing that I left out, it was a little side thing. Carly goes and gets the rest of the super soldier serum that had not been used, and they were going to use it on new people to create the rest of their army. That was a point I left out. I watched it at 4 a.m. a lot to remember. But in that fight, the super soldier serum falls onto the ground, and Zemo, in his mission to get rid of all the super soldiers, crushes all of the vials of serum, except for one that he did not see. So there is only one vial left out there of super soldier serum. And who comes across it other than Not Cap? And instead of doing the Captain America thing and destroying it, he takes it, pockets it, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But it all goes to crap. Carly gets shot. She's not dead, but she doesn't trust Sam anymore. And that's the thing, is it's so funny, because it's kind of like, yeah, that's kind of a thing that Not Cap would do. He would just like, run in while they're having a nice tender moment, and they're starting to trust each other and ruin everything. That's very Not Cap-ish. So that happens. Then we go back to, like, I don't know, this like central apartment area that they've been in, and the Dora Milaje show up, and there's a sick ass fight scene that happens between the Dora Milaje, John Walker, and Battlestar, whatever his name is. And it's kind of funny, because Sam keeps telling Bucky to step in, and he's like, "No, I want to watch this U.S. agent go up against the Dora Milaje," and then John Walker gets his ass kicked, and it's kind of funny. So that was a pretty funny moment, and I'm gonna get into this as we end the episode, which we're getting to. We're getting to the end of the episode. I'm gonna get into this. This is a brilliant episode for the character arc of John Walker, and it's kind of Daenerys-esque, and I will say that in the way of, we see him slowly become madder and madder and madder very quickly, which was one of the biggest critiques that Daenerys got in the final season of Game of Thrones, even though you could argue that you saw her go down that path for all 7 seasons beforehand, but whatever. I really like that season, so argue with the wall. But in conclusion, Cap gets his ass beat by the Dora Milaje, so he takes the last vial of the serum, so he's technically like Captain America now. But Carly calls Sam's sister, threatens Sam's sister and kids, so obviously Falcon and Bucky gotta go talk to Carly. And this is the big fight to end the episode. They go and talk to them. John Walker and Hoskins find where they are. Big fight ensues, and I'm not happy that they did this with this character, but I'm happy that something like this happened, because it shows stakes. Hoskins dies. They kill off Battlestar. I knew it was going to happen the second he came in, because he seems like kind of a side character. But I didn't really want it to, because he seems like kind of cool. I liked him. He was a cool character. But it shows stakes. And I like that, because the thing the MCU does wrong a lot is it doesn't show stakes. It can bring anyone back from the dead. Stakes. Hoskins dies, and Cap goes crazy. Bursts out of a second story wall, chases down one of the Flag Smashers, and in front of an entire crowd of people, bashes in the Flag Smasher's head with the shield in front of everyone. Everyone films it on social media. Everyone sees it. And that last shot of John Walker holding the bloody shield, gee, my God, it just absolutely insane. So, final thoughts for this episode that I really enjoyed. There are stakes. There are stakes. We can see that. Hoskins dies. I liked his character. I'm kind of sad that he went out so quickly, but they showed there were stakes, and I like that. I've always griped about that in the MCU with stakes. I like that. We get Flag Smasher development. You start to see a little bit more about what the Flag Smashers are about. You get more intimate moments with Carly. Carly with Sam, those conversations that happened, because there was a little conversation that happened before that final fight happened as well. Those conversations are really good because we are starting to kind of, see what the motivations are and see that, the Flag Smashers' motivations aren't actually that bad. They're just not going at it the right way. And I really like that because originally them as the villain, it wasn't great, but I'm starting to buy in a little bit more to them as villains. And then finally, it's the John Walker development. It's watching him slowly go insane and more mad as the episode goes along. We saw him try to be the good soldier at the beginning of the season, but then this episode we see him totally take a turn, and I am very interested to see where this season goes. There's only 2 episodes left, so I'm very interested to see how it finishes, and I'm going to end it with this, because this moment with John Walker holding the bloody shield in front of the world is very interesting. And my friend Zach Pope said it best in his review, so go check out his review if you haven't. So I'm going to paraphrase. I'm not going to say word for word what he said, but he said, this is a moment that will now define the MCU and the legacy of Captain America. It tarnishes the legacy of Steve Rogers and changes people's perspective on the symbol that is the shield. Which I agree with wholeheartedly, because seeing that image now of John Walker holding a bloody shield after he bludgeons someone in the head, a lot of people think for no reason, that tarnishes that symbol. Now people see Captain America, because John Walker is supposed to be the new Captain America. They see Captain America as a cold-blooded killer. So I kind of like that they went down that path, because this whole show, the base of this show is supposed to be about legacy and symbols, and John Walker ain't the guy. He's not my Cap, as everyone is saying. But that's pretty much it. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of the episode. What was the thing that stood out to you most? I know everyone's going to talk about that shocking ending. It really is. I mean, I didn't really know where this episode was going to go. I saw on Twitter, because I didn't watch it right when it came out, I saw on Twitter the reaction, but I didn't see what happened. So I was pretty shocked. So let me know down below in the comments, what do you think of this new episode of The Falcon and Winter Soldier? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Go over to all of the websites I'm writing for, Music City Drive-In, Wolf of Geek Street, and my own FinaticFilmReview.com. All written content going on over there. Go check out my Twitter and Letterboxd. Immediate 2021 movie reactions are going on over there. And Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode reactions are going on my Twitter as well. And then last but not least, if you enjoy, please consider dropping a subscription. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and it helps the channel immensely on my road to become more of a better film critic. So if you enjoy, please consider dropping a subscription. Guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next video.